finally I get to do this. You know, I've been wanting to do this specific video for such a long time, because out of all the questions that I get from the people that I deal with every day, this is the most common one, and I wanted to address that straight away today, and this is where we're going to do it. Hi everybody, my name is Arno. If you don't know me yet, I am the Couch CEO. I've built a couple of online businesses from this couch right here actually, and none of them worked out. Now, I know you're like, but why should I listen to you? The reason is I've made so many mistakes online, and the biggest mistake I made was never really investing in myself and get someone to show me how these things work. So the consequence was me struggling for 2 years and trying everything because I assumed it was going to be complicated. So I learned all these softwares and I learned all these things, and eventually nothing worked out, and I was banging my head against the wall. And then finally I got myself to incredible mentors, and they showed me the way. What they showed me though blew my mind. They demystified this whole process of building an online business, and they showed me how simple it actually is. And because you are an absolute beginner, you do not expect it to be this simple. I mean, all you really need to start building an income online and really start building an incredible business is your Facebook profile. I mean, you don't even need all these technical things, but all you need is a Facebook profile, and then you can start building an absolute massive business online from that. But because people expect the online to be very difficult and the internet to be daunting, they expect things to be very technical, but it's not. This specific video I made for everyone thinking that it's difficult, and this video is going to be the hardest part if you choose to go this route. This is going to be the hardest part of setting up an online business. Now, what I'm going to show you in this specific video is I'm going to walk you through the free platform called System. I will start off immediately with the hardest thing that you as a beginner will do online, and that is connecting your domain to your email autoresponder and verifying it so that it doesn't end up in the spam inbox. And once you've done these things, that is the hardest part done. The next hardest thing, which I will also quickly run through, is to how to build a simple funnel. And I will explain to you why it's a simple funnel, because you as a beginner, you don't need to build a complex thing. All you need to do is grab email addresses. And then I'm going to show you what to do with them once you have them. And the whole idea behind this whole tutorial is to show you how simple it actually is. And that this is all it takes. This is as complicated that it should get for you as a beginner to start your very first business online. And I want to demystify that whole process and show you that it is actually ridiculously easy. This is such an incredible opportunity, and there are so many people missing out on it because they are scared that it's going to be very technical, or they're not IT orientated, or they don't have an IT degree. But the reality is that most of online business is psychological, and you have to write out content and really get to build relationships with people and get to know them and solve problems, those sort of things. And it's got very little to do with the actual technical aspect. If you want to become technical, you're welcome to. But as a beginner, it's not necessary. And people get scared off because they think it is. But this is to show you that even the hardest part, if someone shows you how it works, that even that is quite easy. So, cannot wait to see you on the other side. I hope you enjoy it, and see you there. Hi everybody, welcome back. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Arno. I'm going to show you today the one thing that everyone gets stuck and hung up on and moan about and get is the tech part of setting up an online business. Firstly, we're going to start with System.io, which is a free program, which is absolutely amazing. It is really strong for a free platform to use, and I'm going to show you how I set up my business as a free version, but also the potential that System.io has by showing you quickly and then teaching you how to build a funnel, how to set up your normal email campaign, how to quickly set up your emails, and then also how to connect your domain to System. And that bit alone is probably the one part that is the hardest thing to do in this whole affiliate business building that I'm going to show you. And this is the hardest thing, in my opinion, which we'll be doing today, and I'll take you through this step by step. But you'll see that it's not really that hard. And this is what I keep on saying is you think it's really difficult, but once you understand how it works, it's really simple. And today I'll be showing you how to do the hardest part click by click, so you don't have to think too hard on it, and you can just follow along and exactly set up your business the same way. Well, however you want to, but at least you'll know how to build the structure. And I say again, we'll be using System. You can find the link to System at the bottom of this video. It is an affiliate link, so if you're going to click it, I am going to make some money for beer. So I'll be happy with that, so thank you very much. But also System is an incredible platform, and I have actually used that to build my whole business on, and it is free. And as a beginner, this is the best place to start. The fact that it is free, you don't have any overheads. Things like ClickFunnels are absolutely amazing to use as well, and it really suits our digital marketing career and business very well. But it costs an arm and a leg, and it costs that for a good reason. But the main thing is that as a beginner, you don't want those expenses, and the best place to start is with a really powerful free one. There are other ones as well, and we will be covering them too, but this one is System, and that is the one that I'm currently using, and this is why I'm going to show it to you as well. So I'm going to start with, just entering System. So right, let's go back into Google, and there you go, bam, System. Now, I've already created a free account, but the thing is, you don't even have to enter your credit card. Like it even says there, no credit card required, and you can do it free forever if you want to. Now, the thing is, as I said, being a free program, it does allow you to do quite a bit, but once you pay, it actually becomes really a very powerful platform. But you don't have to pay a lot to start reaping the benefits. But for free, you can use this as well. Yeah, there you go, on the channel. Sign in China. There you go. Brand new account. So you can see there's been 0 leads, 0 sales, no setup being done, etc., etc. So I'm going to walk you through this whole thing from A to Z to and everywhere in between, of just the most basic functions that you will probably learn to use, and where I recommend you start with, and then I'll be giving you training on how to do certain things here as well. So we start with the dashboard. Now this is your stock standard basic dashboard. You will see here how your leads come in. Once you have your email campaign set up and your contacts or your funnel, and they start coming into the system, this is where they will show. And sales, because we haven't set it up yet, it's in euro. Because System is a French platform, and yeah, sales will be in euro unless you set it up differently, and then you'll have your live updates here as well. So when you go to the menu, first you have your dashboard. That is obviously this one. You do have various dashboards that you can choose from. At some point, once you start working a little bit more, you will have an affiliate dashboard as well. Contacts is basically as it says, your contacts. And with your contacts, you can have up to 2,000 on the free program. 2,000 is a very fair amount, so don't that's not enough. But by the time you get there, I'm sure you'll be able to afford something a little bit better, or afford the $29 that it is to continue. And tags, on your free one, you only have one tag to use. Now that is quite an interesting one to play around with. So use your tag wisely. Don't just make one. So then your funnels, that's basically where you'll be building your funnels and if you are on the free program, you only have 3 funnels that you can actually get, but you don't really, as a beginner, need more than that, and this is why people tend to overcomplicate things, and this is when it becomes confusing, because you're trying to do too many things, like build a funnel and do that and do this, but the system is actually very simple. You build a very simple funnel, a really simple funnel, and then you capture emails and you have someone in your ecosystem. That's it. That's as difficult as building a business online becomes. Let's go to the emails. Now, in your emails, you've got newsletters, campaigns, and statistics. Statistics being obviously statistics of how your emails are performing. So it's a little bit of analytics on your email campaigns and how people click on your links and how many people unsubscribe, etc., etc. So your campaigns are your different campaigns that you ideally would want to send out to different segments of your contact list. But because you are on the free program, you only get one campaign. So this one campaign that you have to utilize really carefully. Now, the newsletters, it's not something that I really use unless I have something really important to say now to everyone. Then I'll announce something through a newsletter. But campaigns, it becomes a bit tricky because you can only subscribe anyone coming into your funnels into one campaign. And this is where things become a little bit tricky with the free version. Then blogs, which I absolutely love, is where you basically can create blogs. You can monetize it as well. It's very cool. And then automations, your rules and workflows. And then products and sales, those are things that you really don't have to worry at the moment, but you can build courses, you can have subscriptions, but we are going to use the basics. And the basics will be the email list, your email campaign, basically the contacts, and the funnel builder. And with those 3 things, you can basically build a system to start generating an income online. And okay, there's a lot of things before and after that, but this is the actual mechanics of an online business. And this is the weird thing that I think people seem to miss when they start. And as a beginner, I always wish that someone could tell me that it is this simple, because you don't know. So you think, oh, I have to learn how to do Shopify websites and set up a Wix page and like all those things, and you don't have to. It's not necessary. To start making money and generating an income, you have to start building a list. And to build that list, you need a lead magnet. And we're going to run through that whole thing today, like right here, where I'm going to show you how to do all these things from scratch. And this is why I'm doing this specifically, is because this is where everyone gets hung up. This is where everyone's like, oh, I don't know what to do. So let me show you. I'm going to show you what you need to do. And once this is set up, you will have a way of bringing people into your ecosystem, where you can then present them with affiliate offers. Now, where you find the affiliate offers and where you generate the traffic, that is now 2 different conversations that we're going to need to have. But this is the main thing where people get hung up on, because those 2 other things pretty much happens mostly offline. Like it happens there and writing out content, so, or recording or taking pictures or whatever your content creation depends on. But the actual mechanics of the business, of an online business, is this. And it is so simple. It is the simplest thing. The hardest thing is to connect that to a domain. And if you're a rank ass beginner like I was, knowing, and this is where the people that I help every day, this is where they get stuck. Because the people that I help aren't people that are tech savvy. They are people that has just stepped online. They've just started working on the interwebs, and they don't know how things work, and they're not comfortable trying things out. So this is the one part where everyone gets hung up, and they think that it's difficult, but it's not. Once you understand how it works, it actually makes it so much easier. And this is why I decided I want to make this specific video so that I can show you how to do this, and how to do this for free. You don't even need to spend money to start making it. Right, so now that we've run through the basics of System, the first thing that you want to do is you want to start setting up your account. Now, there are various reasons for that. Now, you go to your profile picture, settings, and bam. So as you can see, this thing is brand new, clean, clear. There's nothing here. And we are going to set it up from scratch all the way through. So let me show you. So I'm going to use obviously my own info, but not like everything. No company number. See, you don't need a company number. This is also the other thing that people ask, like, oh, I don't have a company. You don't need one. Personal. That's why that little button is there. So let me just move myself here. Save. Next time, I'll actually just move my own face. You know, I can just do, do that. Now that I figure it out how. Right, so then we continue. Now, your account settings. Right, so let's go to the settings. Then my time zone is, obviously I'm going to be Africa. Harare, let's write Harare. Central Africa time. There you go, bam. And I'm fine with that, and I'm fine with that save. That is good. Okay, now this is where the hardest part comes in. So I want you guys to pay really close attention. We are going to connect the domain that you've bought from Namecheap, where you can find the link below this video. Once you've bought your domain, and I would highly recommend .com. .com, just because it does have a little bit more validity in people's minds. You can have different dots, like sometimes .shop or .brand or .clothing, whatever. So you can have those, but a .com stays the better one to have. So once you now have your domain, and once you start sending out emails, for those of you that don't know, if you can't send it from a Gmail address, you need to connect it to a domain. Otherwise, you are so guaranteed that it's going to end up in spam that guys like System won't even send the email. So they won't even allow you to use that email. They'll tell you, listen, buddy, bad idea. Change that email address. You can't use it. So you have to have a domain. And the hardest thing in this whole thing of affiliate marketing is how to connect your domain to your email autoresponder so it doesn't end up in the spam folder. And this is the irony of where people get hung up. It is not the end of the world. It is really not that difficult. You know, by the time you get to more complex things, you will be a lot more comfortable than what you are now. So you have to understand that this is the absolute basics. This is the beginner-friendly stuff that I'm showing you here. And once you get more comfortable, add on. Absolutely. Learn how to build a website. By all means, learn how to build a sales funnel. Learn how to do these things. Absolutely. But this is the absolute baseline. This is where you start your online business journey. So bear in mind that this is really beginner friendly, and this is the most complicated it should be. Like, you can literally drag a monkey out of the tree and tell him punch a couple of keys, follow this guy on the screen, and you will probably be able to set it up as well, because it is actually that easy. And unfortunately, people seem to think it's not. So you go to domains. Now, the reason, as I said, the reason you want to connect your domain is because you want to give your email a validity. If someone gets the email in their inbox, they want to see that it's from you, like your domain and what you stand for. So my personal one is arnovz.com. I'm not going to use that one for this one because it's connected to my other stuff. But I am going to show you one on an old domain that I used to have, ctx.fest. I'm going to show you how to basically set it all up. Now, this is the standard one based on your name that System.io gives you. So this is going to be your domain that they use for your funnels, for your email, all those things, because it is their domain. If you want to customize that, you will have to jump through a couple of hoops with your service provider. And then once you've jumped through those hoops, they will verify that it's a real domain, it's a legit domain, and you have access to the domain and you are in control of that domain. And that's the most important thing. And then they will authorize it, and then you can use it. So if you get an email from me, my email would be arno@arnovz.com. It won't be arno@systemio.arno.com or whatever.io. It will be my own personal domain. And that is what you want your emails to arrive as in someone's inbox. It also gives a lot less chance for it to end up in the spam box if it's a proper domain. So let's add a domain. First, you're going to need the domain name. So I'm going to open up Namecheap as well. Let's get to Namecheap. So Namecheap, I use Namecheap for all my stuff because it's easy to use as well. It's cheap to start, but where you want to start playing things around is your advanced DNS. Now that part of your thing, you are going to add records, CNAME records, and at some point text records as well. You don't have to understand what they are. You don't have to understand what they do. Just know that you're going to have to add some new ones, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So you need to understand that you don't have to learn what this shit is. You don't have to understand what these things do or how they work on the interwebs for you to be able to take advantage of them. So I'm going to show you the basic things that you need to do to set it up, and then once it's set up, you can use it. I mean, I don't know how all these things, I don't know what is an SSL certificate and what relevance it has. I don't care. I don't need to. One day when I need to, I'm going to have someone that does, that works for me, and he will know what to do with it. But at the moment, I don't really necessarily need to understand all of this to be able to link this to my email autoresponder, if you get what I mean. You don't need to understand this stuff. You just need to know how to use it. For now. Eventually learn it because it is a skill. But for now, you don't have to understand it to make money on it. So let's use that Cape Town xfest.fun. That is going to be the domain that I'm going to connect to this one. So let's add the domain. Bam. Now we are adding a custom domain, and it will basically generate these CNAME records that we will have to enter into our DNS settings on our domain provider. Now, the thing with this is it's not difficult, and when they say read this article to set up a custom domain. Now, you can try, it's like that saying goes, when all else fails, read the instructions. And just skip to the good part, read the damn instructions and follow them along. So now you have this information, which is basically everything that you'll need to set up your domain. Right, so let's go to read this article. You right click on that and open link in new tab. So when it goes to integrating your root domain, yada 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 yada, you're already there. You just skip all of these, and you get to this part where it says what you need to enter here. So now the red lines here is what you need to pay attention to. So when it says there domain.com, that is your domain. So if we go back to this one, you see that that is my domain. See, domain.com. And that is what it looks like here. So only this part and only that part gets copied and pasted into Namecheap or whatever provider you have. So here they give you the instructions. Follow them, because it makes your life easier if you do it right the first time and you don't have to go back to change it. So let's do that. So let's add CNAME 1. Right, so you go to your Namecheap, then we add a new record, we scroll down to CNAME, and we said host. Let's go look at the instructions. Host 1, www. Then you go to custom domains, you copy, or you don't even have to copy. I mean, you can really just type that stuff in there. But you paste it there, and then the target or the value that you want to add in there is value 1, the whole one, all the way to the end. So then you go back to domains, you highlight the whole one all the way, copy, and you paste it in there, paste, and save change. Wow. Bam! You've just done half of linking your domain. How crazy is that? Then, now we add the second one. Again, it's also a CNAME record. The host itself, let's go back to the instructions, is everywhere up until that point there. So domain.com. So then you go back to custom domain names. Highlight everything up until that point. Copy. And you paste it there. And then your value will be, well, let's go back to the instructions, the whole one. So let's paste that whole sucker in there, copy, and paste. And you press that button. So now you have two CNAME records. If it's a brand new thing, you'll have a parking page here. You can just disable that. You don't need that really. You can have the parking page there, or you can link it to your email or funnel. Or we're going to show you those things at some point. But point being is now in your domain, you have the CNAME records generated from a system to link you to that domain. So it will ping basically a message back and forth and say, are those settings there? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. It is legit. So that is basically how these things work. So now you've done this, so you can close that out. Let's go back to the instructions. Right, so now you need to check whether this stuff is done right. So you go to dnschecker.org. So you basically, let's not allow. So you basically now want to check whether you've installed your stuff properly. So if your CNAME records are installed properly, it would ping on these things. So my domain name, let's just go back up, copy, there, paste. But then you put the www.ctxfest.fun, because you've now created that host there, the www. Search, bam, 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 it propagated through everything, and you are set to go. How easy was that? Then you leave this one open, you close these instructions because you're done with them, but you leave this one open as well. Right, so then you go back to two domains. This will now take a little bit of time for it to go through the system and propagate throughout the interwebs, and for System.io to check whether it is legit or not. Once it is, it will get to a separate domain here at the bottom. And then you can just, if you see it there, it says default domain. Then you can just go down to the bottom and choose the new one as the default domain. Once you've checked on the DNS checker that it propagates, you can pretty much be guaranteed that it will appear here within the next 24 to 48 hours. So then the next place that you go to is, once you've now connected your domain, this was the most important part. Now you go to mailing settings. Now, once you have connected your domain, when you send an email out from your campaign, you want the people to see it from someone specific. My name is Arno and my email address is arno@capetownxfest.fun, whatever, because that's the domain I'm connecting. So again, you want to set up your authentication to improve your email deliverability. And the reason why your deliverability is so important is because you do not want to end up in the spam or the promotions tabs on Gmail or wherever you go. So double opt-in, I would not want to necessarily recommend that, because generally once people need to click too much and they're like, dude, I just clicked and said yes, opt me in, don't ask me again, and then they bounce. So I do not do that, and I recommend you don't either. And then here you can write in, so when someone receives an email, you want to show the sender's email, and mine would be arno@capetownxfest.fun, because that is the one that they'll see once the email arrives. And then the sender's name is yours truly, Arno. Now, the test email address is, once you've now created your email and you send it out to your list, a test email will be sent to your email inbox, or you can request a test email before you send everything else to check where it actually lands. If maybe, for instance, there's a lot of links in there or pictures or whatever the case, and it looks like a scrapbook of a teenager, then it might end up in the spam or promotions box. But then you have the ability to test and see whether it does or does not. So this is then the email address that you can prefer to send it to, and I would recommend keeping it a Gmail address, because Google Mail filters are quite strict. So if you look like spam, they are going to pick it up very quickly. So try and leave it as a Gmail address. And yes, automatically send a test email when saving a newsletter. So now, the static footer that you have at the end of every marketing email that you get sent, I'm going to quickly type something up here. You can obviously say whatever you want there. I'm just putting it here so that you'll see just now why. And then display my affiliate link at the end of each email I send. Now you're like, oh, this is now another affiliate link. Now, the cool thing is with System.io is that if you use the program, even as a free member, you have the ability to become affiliate for them. So then they assign you, the moment you sign up, they assign you with a unique link, which is your automatic affiliate link. So when you do display it here at the end of your email, and someone ends up pressing on that link and decides, oh wow, System seems to be a really cool piece of software to use, and they end up paying for it at some point, you will make money. So obviously, display the link in the bottom of the email. Thank you very much, System. Okay, let me try this one again. Instead of moving everything, then I'm just going to move myself. Look at that! Yay! Wait, let's go back. Then save. Okay, so now all those things are in. Let's just move myself back there. Then now we need to set up the domain authentication. Right. So now the domain name, just see what's the last one that was pasted there. Bam. Okay. Now again, it's exactly the same steps as before. Slap, 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 slap. It really is. Look how simple it is. So now it tells you which record type you have to have. It tells you the name or also the host, and it gives you the value that it should have. Right, so then once you get here, you see that there isn't any instructions here at the bottom, so just bear with me. It's the same sort of setup though. So what you are going to do is you're going to just take these ones up until your domain name. So this will be your host value. So that one, and that one there will be your host value, and then those will be the other values on the other side. So let me show you how we do this. So while I'm here, I'm just going to copy that for now. So you'll see when you get there, you do another CNAME record. Bam. Host is that first number that you put in. There's no zero, it's full stop at the end, so just take that out. And then the target, also known as the value, you go to email settings, and obvi, it's going to be this one. Copy, take it there, and you gooi, paste, green check mark, bam, thank you for coming. Save changes, please. Then you add another one. As you saw, there are 3, and we basically just repeat the process over and over. So you go again, go up until the domain key end, copy, paste, and then you go back there again, email settings, copy, and paste, green check mark. So, and then you add the last one, CNAME, not there yet. Then you enter that one, domain key 2. So again, this is basically just the process that you go through to make sure that your stuff doesn't end up in the spam folder. Now, this is honestly, and through my experience, to be able to start, this is honestly the hardest part that you should be concerning yourself with. This specifically, linking your domains and your email responder settings to your domain. I mean, I've now shown you how easy it is. Your email settings are done. You basically just go out of that. It is pending. It will show once it is authenticated, and I will show you how that then affects everything else. So now that your settings are done, you have set up system, your profile has been filled in, your account has been set, your domain has been connected, your mail settings has been sorted out. So now you are ready to start building your system. You can close your Namecheap and your DNS checker. We are done with those. We are done with the difficult stuff. Now we get to the fun part. So now we are going to create an email campaign. So now that we've got our email settings done, we go to emails and we go to campaign. Now, remember that with System.io, we are doing the free version. You only have one email campaign that you can create, and this is how we do it. So this is how we do it. Very random. Anyway, so create a campaign. Remember, you only have one. So I named mine main campaign because it is my main campaign. It is the one that I use for everything. And once I pay for my subscription, once I get to a point where I've got over 2,000 subscribers and I'm making good money from my email list and I see it worth it as a business expense to expand and I start paying for my subscription, then I can have more campaigns and I can lead them all around wherever I want to. But I will start off with a main one because I know that everything will eventually then lead back to this one. So this will be my, you can describe this whatever. Once you are able to start segmenting your contacts and add more tags, once you start paying for your account, you will be able to describe different campaigns that you send to different segments of your contact list. So this is basically why there's a description. So for the main one, I just do my own thing. Anyway, so there is your main campaign ready to go. Now, what you want to do, once you've created your funnel, let me explain why we are doing this. Once you've created your funnel, you are basically putting people on this email list. So now once they are on this email list, you want them to start receiving certain emails. And this is where you create those emails. And this is also where you will be in or adding in and stacking up your supporting offers to your main offer, or just whatever your offer is. So now we are going to create one email. So then we go into the campaign. And once you click into it, you'll see there's a whole different other little bit of tabs on top here. So quickly explain them. There's the title of the email, how long it takes before it gets sent after the previous one, how many people are actually at this step at this very moment, how many emails has been sent in total, how many has been opened, as a number and a percentage, how many people clicked on whatever links were in there, are there any comments, and are there active users. So this is quite a nice little idea of how that works. So then you go and add an email. So it already says there, because you have now validated or set up your settings, that the sender's name is Arno and the sender's email address is Arno at Cape Town X Festivals Fund, because at your mailing settings you've set that up already. So now you don't have to type that in. Whoop-de-doo. So that is awesome. So now your subject is hello and welcome. Let's double L's. Let's say hello there. Okay, obviously don't do this. Write a nice email. I'm just doing this so you can see. So I always use the classic editor. There's two different types of emails that you can write. And if I think of myself, the moment I open up something with a lot of pictures and links and looks like a newsletter or a blog, I skip on by. Sometimes when it's something a little bit more intimate, personal, just plain and simple, it tends to have a better effect with me. So I would rather go for classic editor and then say create. So again, your sender email address, but now look, there's a little thingy there, and if you press it, it will tell you it has not been verified yet. So if you do send this email, it might not end up in the right box wherever it needs to, etc., etc. So this will happen in the next day or two, once your domain is verified, once your email settings are verified as well, and as I said, between 24 and 48 hours. So now we are going to write this email. Now you'll see here on the side, you've got these little available substitutes. Now, if you highlight this, for instance, and I copy it and I say, hey, first name, then basically once someone has entered their first name into this whole system of System.io, when they sign up in your funnel, it will record the first name. And when it sends it to this person, it will use that person's first name. So this makes it very valuable. But you can then also see all the different things that you can eventually enter there, but that depends on how much information you actually want from people. And for our purpose, we literally just use the first name function. And you can use it up there as well, like, hello there, first name. So then you say, hey, first name, thank you so much. You don't necessarily have to say for further instructions, or you can say where I will give you a special
Free gift for joining. Speak soon. Speak soon, first name. Yours truly. Arno. Cool. So now you have sent, or you have typed your first name. I mean, there's so many different options. You can go check here and play around with it. But at the end of the day, you know, it's email. Keep it sweet, keep it short, keep it to the point. You don't want to waste people's time. Remember, most people go through, or especially if they start new online, they have already signed up for so many people's email lists and subscriptions, and they're already on so many funnels and all that sort of stuff. So they are being bombarded with emails generally. And if you want to really stand out in that sea of generic, keep it personal. Like really sit down and think that you are writing to someone specific and say to him, listen, buddy, hey, this is why in my course in the couch sessions, I tell you about building your avatar, and Billy, the dude in the avatar, once you know who Billy is, you can sit and talk to him. You can sit and write him an email. Hey, Billy, thanks so much for joining in my list and being part of my tribe. And I know you're going to find value here, and you can really make it personal. And you know, the moment you do that, that guy thinks, awesome, this is where I belong. So do not underestimate the power of an email. So try and keep it personal. Don't waste people's time. Respect the fact that they've actually opened your email. Don't spam them with links. Give them value always. There are ways that you structure your email a sequence that does specific things and also cultivate know, like, and trust. But yeah, generally keep it plain, keep it simple, respect people's time. So now once you get to this point, you finish this, there's no attachments that you want to add into this email. You can either save it and send a test email so you can see where it ends up, or you can save and publish it. Your decision which one you want to go. I'm just going to go save and publish for interest sake. So then you can say delay before sending an email, 1 minute, publish. Okay, let's say 1 minute. So obviously, when someone signs up, 1 minute after they signed up, this is going to be the email that's sent. So now you're going to see this is how many people are at the step. This is how many emails have been sent, because those are generally not the same unless you've just started. And then your percentage open rate, that is the percentage, and obviously the number versus the email sent. And then the total clicks if your email does contain any links or anything like that. Right, and there are a little bit more stats in terms of that. So if you want to edit this email, all you do is you just click on there and you can go edit the email. But then you add an extra email. Let's just, for argument's sake, do something else. Now that you're here, cool, classic editor, create. I'm going to run very quickly through this to show you. Blah, blah, blah. Right, and then save and publish. Right, then you go, let's say 2 days. It's anyone's thing about when and how often they want to send people emails. I'm not a big fan of receiving emails every single day from someone, so I'm not a fan of writing emails to everyone every single time. So I do minimum 2 days, sometimes 3 or 4, depends on how often. But because it is welcome series, let's say my welcome series is 3 emails, so I'll do 2 days after that very first email. Time when the email should be sent, you can set that if you want to set it at a specific time in your time zone. And then days of the week that the email should be sent. I generally do not like sending emails on a Sunday. Call me old-fashioned. I just believe that also me, I try and stay away from computers as much as I can on a Sunday. And if anyone is anything like me, I won't be reading your email on a Sunday anyway, and Monday will be lost in my inbox. So I don't send emails on Sunday. Every other day of the week I do, except Sunday. So then you publish this email, then you'll see there that 2 days after you send this one, you will send that one. So that is now how you basically add a campaign in System. So now you have the one campaign, there's 2 emails in there, and now you've you've basically created your extended background. If you call it right, you can call it your passive income machine. Because this is essentially where you'll be stacking emails one after the other, and you will be nurturing leads here as well. And if you have, let's say for instance, you are like myself, I'm doing online business, then you can tell them about things like System.io, and listen, I've written a blog post on System.io, go check it out, give a link to the blog post in there. I've made an instructional video on how to use System.io, check out this video I did on YouTube. Things like that. This is what your email list is for, and then that way you keep them inside your ecosystem. So you send them to your YouTube channel, and they start subscribing there. You explain to them how to use System, and eventually they decide, oh wow, System is a cool program. They just click at the link at the bottom of the video, bam, they become one of your customers that pays you an income pretty much. So this is the reason why you build this email sequence, and you can put anything that is relevant to your niche inside the sequence. Obviously, don't make every single email one that is just about selling stuff or recommending things or all that sort of stuff, but give value as well. Like, explain to them how to do something. Like, tell them, listen, guys, here's a free ebook on how to do this and that. So you know that you also just add value. You're not just there like a leech sucking their blood, trying to sell stuff for them, to them. Anyway. So now that our email campaign is created, now we are going to build a funnel. Test funnel. There's a good funnel to test with. No, but okay. So what is the reason for a funnel? For people that are new in the online industry, a funnel is this thing that you enter on the front end, and you go through a sales process until you get to a point where you actually sell or buy. You as a buyer buys. So this is what a sales funnel is. It goes like that. They catch a lot of people at the top, then it goes to a few less people, and then a few less, and then they basically whittle down to who the actual person is that's going to buy. Now, this is your customer journey as they move through the funnel. So sometimes these funnels are incredibly expensive to build, and people spend ridiculous resources to build these funnels. Now, a funnel is a very complex thing, a lot of psychology behind it. There's a lot of crazy things that goes into a really good funnel. But for you as a beginner, it is not necessary to concern yourself with too much of what a funnel is and exactly how to lay out $1 million funnel, because you don't have $1 million. You don't have $1 million to invest in getting someone to build you an incredible funnel. You have yourself, you're a beginner. You don't need to make it complicated. And this is where people make things complicated that's not. A simple funnel, all you want to do is tell someone about something, grab the email address, and send them on their merry way to your product or whatever the case may be, and maybe even give them something for free. So the funnel that we are going to set up is we are going to give away a free ebook. I'm going to basically show you where to find a free ebook, how to set it up, and then you can put it into your funnel. So let's get started. We first then create a funnel. So you click on the create funnel, and let's call this one subscriber catcher. Let's say that. Okay, then your funnel domain, once your domain is verified, that is what the funnel's domain is going to be. Now, if you have a website, obviously it's not going to be www, it's going to be whatever subdomain you have assigned to it. But yeah, so then it gives you these options, like what is the purpose of your funnel that you are building? Do you want to sell a product? Do you want to build an audience? Do you want to build a custom one from scratch? Do you want to run an evergreen webinar? And these are all the options that are open to you. But now look how great this is. Firstly, I'm going to change this to, let's say, US dollar, just for in case. And then my purpose is to build an audience. I want to collect email addresses and build your email list. Now, again, why is this important as opposed to the others? What we are trying to do is build your email list. The whole idea of an online business is to, well, any online business is to start building an email list. The sooner you start with that, the better it is for your business. And once you understand the basic concept of how that works, is how to build an audience, how to build a tribe, how to build customers organically, and then once you have them, what to do with them. This is the basics of online business. And for you as a beginner, this is the first thing that you need to get right to have a successful business online. You have to have an audience. You have to know how to build one and then what to do with them once you have them. So we want to build an audience. If you're a beginner, this is what you do. You build an audience. You are an obscure person. No one knows you. No one cares about you. They don't know who you are. If you are lucky, they've paged through your Facebook posts and they now have an idea of who you are, but they don't really know you. So you still need to build an audience. You need to get people out there to know your name, to know your face. So this is how we do it. Again. Right, so let's build an audience. Now, the great thing about System is that they have some incredible templates for you to use. Remember when I said, like, you don't have millions and millions of rands to spend on learning how to build a funnel? Look, this is why. You don't need to learn how to build it. It is here already. They have some really incredible templates that will suit any niche, any business, any platform, anywhere that you want to build your funnel. They've got the different templates for it. Once you can preview them. I mean, it goes straight to the funnel. You entice them to register, give them a lead magnet or whatever. Subscribe now, subscribe for free. Put your display on service, have your logo, anything, reviews. I mean, all you need to do is you just need to change the text, change the pictures, and this is the hardest. You have to think about it. It puts everything there for you. I mean, it's not even like you have to lay it out and build a website or landing page, and now I have to figure out, okay, what's going to be the most optimized way to place these things, like the background, which color should it be? No, you don't have to think about any of this. This is plain and it just put your stuff in there. Just add your words and add your pictures. You don't even have to you see these little moving things? How cool is that? Can you do that? Can you do computer programming and get those things there? No, you can't. Eventually, after years of learning how to build websites, I know how to do those things, but you are a beginner, or most people don't care how to know how to do those things. So, but it's here. You don't need to. And this is why I'm saying it's so simple. You don't even have to think. So this is basically, then you run through all the stuff. You can preview the page, and once you find a template that you are semi-happy with, I will show you why you only have to be semi-happy with it. Then you pick the one and then we start building it. For me personally, the easiest and the best one, and because I'm building a personal brand and because I'm really a big believer in that relationship side of the internet that we are now able to do and more comfortable in doing as well, I am a big fan of videos. And the main thing about a video is because I can directly speak to you. I can say to you exactly what I want to say, and you can hear my voice, you can see my face, you can hear my tone of voice, you can see my hand movements, however floppy they will be. But you can really experience me as a person, and for you to see my face and recognize me with my brand is my purpose of building a personal brand. And this is again why I'm such a fan of building a personal brand, because it's so powerful, but also because it is so unique. And the best thing that is unique about a personal brand is you. So when you introduce yourself to someone, or when someone takes your service or comes into your world, greet them with your face. Tell them, thank you so much for being here. It's so awesome to have you here. On the next page, you will find X, Y, and Z. Just enter your email at the bottom so I can keep you up to date to all the cool stuff that I'm doing in my life. And then you send them on their merry way. So this is why I think that a video type of page is really, really cool. So let me show you how to do this. So now once you get to this page, this is what your funnel basically looks like. Now you see this is your URL path. So this is your personal domain. It is not a System.io domain, because you have authorized that as your default domain in the beginning, and you've set that up already. Now, you can save the final step. You can have a look at the final step. We're not going to use any of those now. You can even change the page template if you decide you're not liking this one. But we are going to then go and edit the page. So once you are in this one, now this is what the basic setup looks like. So you have your heading there, and then you have your video there, and then you have where you enter your email address, and then the button that you click on. So how you edit this, you basically go, as you see, as it moves, there are certain types of rows and blocks of text and stuff where you can enter them. But every time something happens, you see this little menu here on the side, and when you click on the gear button, then it edits it, or you can just click on the thing itself, and then this is where you edit it. So once you, this is where you edit the settings, this is where you edit the actual text. So let's say, welcome to my world. Let's just change the color of this text. All right. So you can obviously change the size, the font size. You can make it a little bigger. Make that line height a bit bigger, and you can have the different fonts. You want to try and keep it with Google fonts, because most people use Google, and these are the ones that are standard with the operating system of Google. So you know that this is the font that is going to show. If you can use fancy fonts, but not everyone will then see those fancy fonts, and the ones that don't will see a crappy font. So use the Google ones, because they are more widely accepted. And then here you can say whatever you want. I mean, get my free ebook. And let's say you have a lead magnet. A lead magnet is quite a powerful thing to have, because with a lead magnet, you can entice people to come in, because people like free stuff. If it's like a carrot that you hang in front of someone and say, come get my carrot, and then but all you need to do is give me your email address. So this is what a lead magnet is. So here you can say free ebook on building an IG following. Let's whatever. And then in the video, you will basically record something like, hi, my name is Piet Pompies. I am going to give you guys this free ebook on how to build your Instagram following in 10 easy steps, how to get from 0 to 1,000. If you're an influencer, if you're a budding enthusiast on Instagram, you would love to catch my top 10 guide of tips, etc., etc. Whatever you want to do. I mean, this is basically, and the reason is you can write this stuff down, but a video just has so much more impact by letting people experience you, like knowing who you are, what you do, etc., etc. So a video is really cool to have. So that is basically when you put the video in here. When you click on the video, you will have different ways of adding the video into it. You can either have a direct link, which will then go straight through to YouTube. So it will basically be a YouTube video on there. I personally make most of my videos on YouTube and upload them to YouTube, so it will be a direct link for me. Sometimes it's a custom embed, so you basically edit the code, you add the code in there, and that's a little bit more advanced. Or you just upload the file, you go there, highlight the file itself, and then you can also upload a thumbnail file image, so that's like the stop screen that is there. So then here at the bottom, yeah, that video is your own thing. You can go say in it whatever you want to, etc. So let's go to this one. Now with the form input, the standard one there is, I'm just going to move this a little bit up there. You'll see that the standard one here is just it enters your email. So what I'm going to do is we are going to add another box here. So what you do is you duplicate that one, and then at the top one you have, once you click on this one, you'll see that it gives you the options here. What is the input type? Then you say input is first name, and the placeholder will be first name as well. Now, this is where, when you type in the email first name, this is where it gets that first name from. So first name, whatever they fill in there as their first name or their full name. Most people type their name there or just their first name. They hardly ever do you use their last name. And then your placeholder for your email, you can say enter your best email here. You can customize this if you want to. You can change the font size. You can make it a bit bigger, obviously not that big. But yeah, you can customize all these things, and then you can customize this button. Okay, now once you've got your information in here, this button is going to then send them on to wherever you decide to send them. So when you click on that button, you have a couple of options. The one is send form, show pop-up, open URL, next step URL, and download file. Now, for our purpose, we are going to send form. Quite important, this bit, because we are using the free version. When you send the form, you basically collect that email. If you don't send the form, you don't collect the email. Whenever you collect an email, you have to send the form first. Very important. So you click send form. And then after the contact registration has been done, where do you want them to go? Then you can say take them to the next step. Now, the next step, it depends where you want to send them, basically. So your custom URL, if you have a blog that you want to send them to, or you have a Facebook group, or you have an affiliate link that you want to send them to, like a sales page of an affiliate link, then there are all these different directions that you can send them. I personally send people, let's say I come from TikTok and I send them to my Facebook page. And then it will basically, I will add my Facebook page URL there. And if there's a landing page I want to send them to, a blog, wherever, this is then where you send them. But let's say I send them to Facebook. Let's see if yes. Okay, so then I'll go to my profile. Let's say I want to take people to my profile. Can we just take my face? Sorry, wrong one. Face out of the there. Okay, so then I go into my profile. Okay, then I'll copy that and paste it in there. So now what will happen is, if someone goes into my funnel, the first thing that they will see is this video. The second thing that they will hear is me prompting them to enter their email address, and then once they click at the button, the email address will be sent to my contact list, and they will be sent towards my Facebook page. So this is a basic funnel or way of collecting someone's email addresses, and this is how difficult this also becomes. It's as simple as that. When you now finally have all of this stuff, okay, now all of these things are sorted, cool, you can move ahead. Let me just go to this video again as well, just to do some settings. Autoplay you have to have on, so that as soon as someone hits on the page, the video starts playing. That is quite nice to have. And then controls, I would like to leave them on as well, so that if someone wants to pause it, they can pause it. If someone wants to go back to the beginning, they can. If someone wants to skip a little bit further, they can as well. And then, yeah, all these little different settings, you don't really even have to do that. With certain things, you can do whatever you want, and you can change the background picture. There's a background image. You can change that background image. You can add something else there. You can change the colors. You can do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, the basic principle of this capture email, of this capture page, stays the same. You want to capture their email address and send them to wherever you want to send them. If you are selling Jonathan Montoya's 3-day business builder challenge, this is then where you send them. If you sell a legendary marketer, then this is where you send them. Just as an extra hint, if you guys are sending it to an affiliate link, if you are sending it to a product, try and mirror the color scheme and the fonts and everything of the page that you are sending them to. You don't have to be exactly the same. You can just basically mirror the colors, a little bit of the background. If it's clean white background, keep yours clean and white as well. If there's a picture, put a nice picture with the same theme. If they're using a specific font, try and use something as similar as possible to that font, just so that the shock going from your thing to the next thing is not as big. So in this video, you are basically going to tell them, I am going to give you a free ebook on how to build your Instagram following. Just add your addresses here and you will go straight through to my Facebook page, where I will show you even more tricks and tips. So that is basically the video that you've got up there, and then your button here takes them straight on. Now, okay, this stuff here, you can really just take it out, delete all of these things that you don't necessarily want. You don't want to confuse someone. You don't want to give them too many options. You'll see there's not a goodbye option here. There's nothing. It's like, hello, this is my video, put your email address here, go, and you can close the page if you want to, but that's it. You won't go further. You won't get all the value that I'm going to be giving you. You don't want to confuse people. Keep it simple. Look, there's very few elements here. There's a heading where I tell you I'm going to give you a free ebook. There's something here that says this is me now. Then there's the video of me explaining myself, and then this is where you put your email in and you send it on. And that is as simple as it gets. Now you go and you save changes. So now that you've saved your changes, you can exit, and you will basically go. And now that is your squeeze page. Now you can also have them here and say this thank you page and all this sort of stuff, but you don't have it because you're sending them away. So you can even just erase this page, confirm, remove this step completely. So now this is what you are left with, and this is what it looks like. Because there's no video inserted there, you're not going to see it right now. But now you have, if someone clicks on your link, I'm going to show you this quickly. This is now, once you click this button, and someone clicks on this link that you are going to place wherever you want to, this is where they are going to arrive. Now, once they arrive here, they're going to see this video that you uploaded here, and it's going to tell this person about who you are, what you're doing, and why they must fill in their email address, and that you will be giving them a free ebook. So this is as simple as it is. They fill in their address, they fill in their first name, they click here, and they move on to wherever you want them to move on to. Now, this is where the rest comes in. They have just entered their details to receive a free ebook. Now, I don't know about you, but do you have a free ebook? You don't have a free. Okay, cool. Let me show you where to get one. So now the squeeze page, I can close that one. This one you can just call it your video intro. So when people see things, it will say video intro. It won't say squeeze page. Otherwise, it just looks weird. So you'll see it eventually changes there as well. So video intro, these things you don't have to set anything just yet. So, okay, now you've got the basics done. So what we are now going to do is connect everything with each other. Because you are on a free program, you are limited to the way that certain things work. And for you to be able to give someone a free ebook, assign a tag to them, and send them to an email campaign so they can start receiving emails in your ecosystem, you have to sort of jimmy the system a little bit. So this is basically how I did mine. I'm sure if someone else has a better idea of doing it, that'll be great, because you know. So rules. Let's start with rules. The one everyone starts or loves to break. So now let's try this. First, because you have, these are how you can filter the stuff basically. But now because you're on the free thing, you can only add one rule. So then you go and you add a rule. Now, a rule basically consists of a trigger that triggers an action, and then what the action is that must be performed. So when something happens, this must happen, and it even tells you when this event happens, do this. So the trigger, let's add a trigger here. So when someone subscribes to a funnel step, basically you then have to go choose the funnel that you just created. So when someone subscribes to this specific funnel and this specific step, there is only one. I mean, if you have a long funnel, it's a different story. Then you can have, you can choose different steps where people actually subscribe. But if someone does subscribe to this page, then this is the action that you need to take. Then what you do is you send an email. And if you don't have an email, this is where you're going to write the email. Now, this is a special email, so that if once someone subscribes to this specific form, this email is going to be, or once someone enters this form, this free ebook is going to be sent. This is what we are busy setting up now. And this one is, hi, first name. We can go here again and say copy. And say paste. Hi, first name. Here's your free ebook. And you're right here. Kind regards, Arno. Right. So now where's the ebook? This is now where you go and attach the ebook. But you don't have an ebook yet. You haven't written one. Where am I going to find an ebook? I hear you saying. I can hear it through the screen like, oh, please help me. I don't have an ebook. I don't know how to write one. Well, let me show you. You go to something called PLR database. Then you go to one of those things, and what you want, ebook. Let's say ebook for Instagram. Let's see if they can Instagram. Right, then you basically find one where, pick this one. Right, basically it tells you a lot about this book. It shows you what it looks like. It tells you what it gives, what's in it, what you get. You get a squeeze page, ebook covers, all that sort of stuff, and it tells you a little bit about it. So what you then do is you need to firstly free, and you need to also see and make sure that it is open source and that you are allowed to use that. Learn about this product's licenses. Do go ahead and go through those things. I'm using this one as an example, so please bear that in mind. So download the full version. Okay, then you sign up. Okay, you choose the free one. Join free membership. Cool. Create an account. So now, once this is loaded, you basically get access to all these digital assets that you can use, basically. So let's just go back that again. Ebook, Instagram, ebook. Then, so let's download this one. So wait for it to download. So let's, now that we've downloaded that, we go into system, and we basically add the attachment, drag and drop, choose file, then we go to downloads, we go to as an influencer, 10 easy steps to become a social media influencer, and that is the covers ebook. Bam. So there you go, there is the ebook itself. Now you basically added that ebook there. So this is now basically how it's going to work. Once someone subscribes to that email form, you are then basically going to send them this email saying, hi there, thank you so much for subscribing to my email list. I'm going to save this here. Save. I'm going to figure this out at some point, I promise. Okay, so now you have written your email. Now you've got this email, and it's going to have that awesome footer that I've set up earlier in the email settings. But anyway, so now here's your free ebook. Save. You've added the attachment, save, everything done, and you can move ahead with this one. So now your automation is done. Now if someone subscribes because they are going to get a free ebook, they're going to get an email. So as soon as they subscribe, that is your trigger. So once they subscribe to this point, you are going to send them your lead magnet, whatever your lead magnet is. This is how you basically attract people towards your email list, is you give them something for free. So we are going to discuss this in a course before and in a course after again, but a lead magnet is basically how you attract people to give them your email address, and this is how you set it up to send it out to them. So now this is done. Once someone subscribes, once someone gives them your email address, they are going to get the free ebook. So now the next and the last thing that we do is we put up a workflow. Now with the workflow, you also only have one left. So now with the workflow, you can then create one of these, and then you just say subscribe, because now this one, you are going to subscribe people into your main email list. Now right here with contacts, let's go and create a tag. With this, you can only create one tag. So let's say free ebook. so that you know that everyone that comes into your funnel or comes into your list has come from the free ebook. You can only add one. So when we go back to the automation, so now we go to the workflow. Okay, so now with a workflow, you basically have to start one from scratch, and this is where you add the tag if you want to, and then you also add them to your main email subscriber list. So let's call this one subscriber. Create. Right, so now you've got subscriber. So let's build this one. Go click on that. You can also go to the side where it's a little gear saying edit. Then let's create your first trigger. Now you'll see there's green and blue blocks and stuff. Now the green blocks is your trigger, very similar as your rule, and then your blue block will become your action. So let's choose a trigger. Now once someone subscribed to the funnel form, what do you want them to, and obviously you have to go again, squeeze page, and that's the only one you have. Boom. Right, so once someone has subscribed to that one, you want to do an action. You can add certain things like decision delays, but the problem is you are going to run out of things. What you want to do then is apply a tag, which is your free ebook tag, because you want to know this is where they come from. And then what you do is you subscribe them to a campaign, which is your main one. So now what is going to happen when this happens? If I explain all the rules and the automations to you and explain to you what the journey is going to be like for your customer. So what is going to happen? They are going to click on your link, see your video and hear your message. They are going to subscribe to your email list. Then they are going to receive an email saying, thank you so much for subscribing. Here is your free ebook. The tag free ebook is going to be added to them, and then they are going to be subscribed to the main campaign. Once they are subscribed to the main campaign, they will then start receiving the emails in your email autoresponder. And it's as simple as that. I know it sounds complicated, but it's not. So now you have created your system. So let's see how it works. Let's exit there. Then we go to, let's say, funnel. Bam. So you are in the funnel. So we go into the funnel and you see this link here. You take that link because this is the link that you are going to advertise, and this is the link that you are going to show and tell people this, please go here, click on this link, go this way, go that way. This is where you're going to point people towards. So when you take this one, you copy it and you stick it there, paste, look, domain there. Then, okay, obviously there's going to be a video, but let's say my name is Billy Bebob. Billy. Okay, I'm just going to put my first name there. So then my email channel is Arno channel gmail.com 21 or 21@gmail.com. So let's see if it registers me. Now, bam, I click there. And it sends me to my Facebook profile, which is what it said it will do. So now I continue and I go through Arno's Facebook page. Oh, look at the pretty puppy. Anyway, so now let's go back to system. Let's go to the dashboard, main dashboard. Bam! Look at that. You have your first lead. Congratulations, Arno channel. And this is who your lead is. It is Arno channel 21. That in his first name is Billy. Now, let's go check some stuff. But yeah, so now you know that this is registered. So it does pick up the person that goes to. Let's go to contacts. You can see the contact that was just created. When you click on this person, you can see all the details. And yes, so obviously your thing works. Let's go back to let's quickly just show you this one. Let's go subscriber capture. And then you look at stats. There you can see squeeze page, someone viewed it, someone opt-in, 100% conversion rate. So you can see all these stats and all those sort of things. Now, when you go to your email, then you see, bam, look at that. I've got my free ebook as promised. There is the free ebook. I can just open it up in my Google Drive and add it to my drive. Let's add it to my Google Drive straight away. So now it has been added to my Google Drive. We can even go to my Google Drive and then have a look at it in there. For some reason, everything is extremely slow at the moment. But right, so this is then basically how you create this whole system. Let's go back to the dashboard, the main dashboard. Now, this is the simplest way I can explain to someone how to build an online business. It is as simple as that. Build a funnel to catch someone's email address and then send them emails once they are there. And this is how you basically build an email list and nurture it. And as a beginner, this is where you start. This is where you build your community. And this is what you write and the products you sell and all those things. Those are complete different conversations that you need to have. But the hardwired technical setup aspect of an online business is what this is. And you guys need to understand that it is as simple as this. It is not difficult. It's a simple 3-step process. Put your name out there, grab an email and send people towards wherever you want to send them, whether it's your affiliate link, wherever. But now you've got the email address and now you can keep sending offers their way that are relevant. Obviously, if people are interested in what you have to sell, what you have to say in your video and why they want to sign up, that entirely depends on who your customer avatar is, what your niche is and what you operate. But the system stays the same. You capture an email address, a simple funnel to capture the email address. You add them onto your email autoresponder and you keep sending them emails. So I hope you guys understand a little bit better and easier about building an online business. The whole aim for this was to show you how easy it is and that you can actually do it for free. This doesn't cost you anything. It is absolutely zero. It is free. And once you start getting your offers, and once you start getting your content right, and once you start being able to bring people to your link that we've just created, you will see these new leads increasing. You will see your sales increasing. You'll and everything will just grow. And every email that you add into your sequence will be an email that someone coming in the back will receive 10 years later if you want to keep the system running for that long. So every single email that you write builds upon the next one. I mean, you can write emails for years into the future. Literally, if you write, let's say, for instance, an email every single day, a year later, if someone enters into your email system, they are going to have a whole year's worth of emails that they are going to be receiving over the next 365 days or however long you space it. So this is the power of the internet is and consistency is you build on top of what you've already built. So it's little steps that you take every single day, and all those things add up and create an incredible passive income business. And it is as simple as that to understand. And now I've shown you step by step how to build the actual system, how to lay everything out for free on a program called System.io. And it is really simple. Like I say again, the content that you put in there is entirely up to you. I mean, that can be a billion different things. It depends on so many stuff. But the actual structure is the same. The way you link things, what you do is the same. Maybe what you say is different, but how you connect the dots are exactly how you should be doing that. And as a beginner, this is the easiest way, this is the free way, and you can start right here. You can build this. This took me 2 hours. Well, to record this was just over 2 hours, and it will take you as long, literally, to build this system. So please, guys and girls, feel free to use it. This is such an incredible opportunity. Please go to my, my group, the Couch CEO, where I show you then what comes before and what comes after this bit. How to write the content, how to position yourself, how to generate traffic, how to bring people to your link, how to build yourself as an authority, how to actually add value to people's life and solve real problems like a real affiliate should be doing in the first place. So thank you very much for sitting through this. Thank you very much for taking the time to upskill yourself and learning a skill that can potentially earn you incredible amounts of money if done right. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and that you are able to build your own businesses.
Bam! I mean, really, was that so difficult? No, it wasn't, and I'm sure that you can agree with me on that. Like I said, I mean, if you pull a monkey out of a tree and you show him how to do it, follow this go, and he will actually be able to connect your domain and verify your email domain for you as well. So you just need to find the right monkey to do it for you. But it is that easy. So I hope that this has helped you guys to understand that it is very possible for you as even a simple beginner to build an online business and to start building that email sequence and keeping people inside your ecosystem. Now, what I wanted to say, this was the most technical part, but what comes before and what comes after, this is something that I have handled quite extensively in my group, the Couch CEO. But I have decided that I'm going to condense everything into an actual course and do a theory part, like a theory video where I explain everything to you guys. And then I'm going to do a practical part where I actually show you on the computer, click by click, how to do everything as well. This will be coming out very shortly, and this video that you've just seen will form the technical setup bit of it. There will also be one on how to utilize Chrome, how to find your niche, how to build your avatar, all those goodies. This is, however, going to be a paid course, but you know, I'm going to sell it for like $29, and for the amount of value that is inside there, it's going to be absolutely worth it. So I hope to see you guys with that course. It will basically take you from the beginning, finding your niche, all the way through to starting to generate traffic to your link, which I was now handled in this video itself. So I cannot wait to see you guys there. Thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial. I hope you find a lot of value from it. I hope you saw that it's so easy to actually build an online business and that it shouldn't be daunting whatsoever. So thank you so much for joining till the end, and I hope to see you soon.